everyone, so for this video I just wanted to show you how to make some jalapeno poppers. This is really good for my mom because she's been doing keto and honestly these are just really delicious. So I made these because I just thought they would be really good. I saw that Raw Beauty Christie makes them a lot, and so basically what you're going to need is you're going to need a bunch of jalapenos. I think I got maybe like a half a pound. I have lemon juice, I have lime juice, I have cream cheese, I have some ground turkey, and they're going to be bacon wrapped jalapenos. I'm not really doing keto, I've just been kind of trying to eat a little bit better, but I think these are super good if you're looking for a fun snack or a fun dinner, or like I said, my mom's been doing keto, and so sometimes I'd like to cook for her to make it a little easier on her. And then for the meat, I'm just going to be using Himalayan pink salt and some Kinder's tequila barbecue rub, and then you're going to set the oven to 350. I originally thought it was supposed to be 15 minutes that they were supposed to be in the oven. I did more so like 20 to 25. I would just watch them and kind of see like how much the bacon is crunched up, and that'll be kind of your determinant of whether or not they're done. So I actually kind of started already prepping the jalapenos before I realized that I hadn't started filming. So I already basically was just slicing the tops off, and then I would cut them in half, and then I would scoop out the seeds on the inside just with like a plastic spoon. Make sure, obviously, if you weren't sure, to constantly, like if you're handling jalapenos, to be washing your hands in between prepping them or touching anything else, because I can tell you how many times that I've cooked them or like handled them and then just like touched my eyes, and my eyes will just be burning for days because of it. But yeah, this is actually probably a little bit less than a half a pound because they were super cheap when I bought them, but I think that they are super good. And so yeah, basically all I'm doing, like I said, is each time I kind of just cut them in half, and then I just scoop out all of the seeds at a time and make sure that they're super clean. Like I said, if you get like really good, like really ripe ones, this is super easy to do. Also, the seed part is just kind of gross, and the hollowed out part is good because that's where all the cream cheese will go. And then I will be putting, my mom wanted plain just cream cheese for hers with bacon wrapped, and then I wanted like ground turkey on mine, and that's what I cooked, and it's super good. Basically, you're just going to be seeing me chopping a bunch of jalapenos just over and over again with a very sharp knife. If you can, it makes it much easier. But yeah, this is actually very therapeutic, and jalapenos smell really good, so it's actually like really fun to chop stuff like this. This is just me finishing off all the meat because I realized that I hadn't been recording again. I'm really bad about that whenever I'm in the kitchen. But basically, if you saw my last cooking video, pretty much all I did was just I poured all of the ground turkey in there. I kind of let it sit for a little bit with a little bit of cooking oil underneath it, and I seasoned it with the Kinder's tequila lime rub and some Himalayan pink salt. I like to kind of do it in layers, so I'll do one big layer and then I will let it sit like that and mix it around with one of those like meat grinders, and then I'll do another layer on top, and then once it's all brown, I take it off the burner so it doesn't cook much more. But I really love ground turkey. It's really good because it's a little bit leaner, and I prefer kind of overeating beef. I'm kind of overeating beef at this point, and I just think that ground turkey is a really good alternative to that. This part is pretty easy. I at least think it is, because normally what I would have done before is I would have taken the cream cheese and then like spooned it in the jalapenos and then like spread it around. But now what I actually do, I just take a Ziploc bag and I scoop out all of the cream cheese into it, and this makes it so easy because you can zip it up and then you can cut a little hole in the corner of the bag, kind of like a frosting tube, and it just makes it super easy that once you do this, you can start squeezing it into each jalapeno. Now, this part is kind of dependent on how much cream cheese you want in a jalapeno. So I found this recipe online, and it was for like a healthier, like I saw Raw Beauty Christie make this, and I also saw a Pinterest recipe of this, and they kind of basically said like fill it to how much you want. And so we kind of a little bit maybe overstuffed ours, and we found online, yeah, that the recipe that I used was, it was about like, I think like maybe 50 or 60 calories per thing. It might have been a little bit more though, because I put in probably a little bit more cream cheese, but at the same time I used low-fat cream cheese. So I would say these are probably between 40 to 60 calories depending on how much you made them, if that's important to you. Basically all I did, I was literally just kind of filling it up to where the cream cheese overflowed a little bit on top but still stayed. I would do like a stripe, and then I would do another stripe on top, and Some of them obviously were a little bit thicker than others depending on how big the jalapeno was. But yeah, I feel like they each came out really good. This was also really like therapeutic and fun. And I just have the Rayleigh's cream cheese. It's like a third less fat or something like that. And an entire container, if you budget it right, will fit in all of these jalapenos. I think I ended up making about 16 halves. So yeah, I think there were about, yeah, like 8 jalapenos or something like that. And so I made 16 halves. So like I said earlier, these are bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. And my mom just wanted plain cream cheese ones, whereas I wanted some with ground turkey. So I did half and half for both of us so we could have some that night and then save some for later if we wanted to. But yeah, I would basically just take a couple of scoopfuls out and just kind of plant the ground turkey in the cream cheese and just kind of let it sit there. Like I said, I did that for 8 of them, and then, like I said, left my mom's plain. So this is actually the part that got a little bit tricky for me. So once I stopped putting all the meat down, I was like, okay, it's time to actually wrap all of them. And depending on the bacon you use, this can either be really easy or really difficult. So I originally was using like I think it's like the Market Pantry bacon from like Target. It's very thin and that tends to crisp up a little bit easier. But it's also like a little bit more flimsy, and so it doesn't wrap that well. Also, these were quite big. So if you have smaller jalapenos, a whole pack will be fine. But if you have bigger jalapenos like we did, a whole pack of that will not be enough, like for sure, because it won't even barely cover the jalapeno. And then halfway through, I actually ran, not even halfway, a little over halfway through, I ran out. So I ended up switching over to Costco bacon, like the big package ones you can get from Costco, and that worked fine. I think probably what I would do next time, and what I ended up doing for some of them, because they were so big, I ended up ripping some of the bacon pieces kind of in half or like into shreds, and I basically then would just like kind of like layer it on top, and then it would kind of create not like necessarily like a bacon cocoon, but like a bacon covering of it, and that actually helped. They ended up cooking a little bit better that way, and I think that I would probably do that again from now on, just kind of maybe lay them down in strips or like cut them in half and put them down in strips. So here's them all pre-oven and all wrapped up. So like I said, some of them are completely wrapped up, like that kind of corner one over there, and then some of them just have kind of like bacon like tearings on top of them. And I thought that that was probably the easiest way to do it, because you can kind of smush it into the cream cheese and it helps it stay a little bit better. Only thing is though, the more wrapped up they are, the less the cream cheese will leak out, which you can see in this one clip right here. But I still think that they look super good. But that last one came out like really great. It was like so perfect. But yeah, obviously if you wrap them a little bit better and a little bit tighter, the cream cheese will stay in. So make sure to just kind of keep an eye on them, because if the cream cheese starts to come out too far, then it obviously like will melt out and you won't have any cream cheese left over. So yeah, definitely just keep an eye on them, and then kind of make a very sealed cocoon or a very sealed layer of bacon on top. Okay, so a couple of notes on the jalapeno poppers I have to say would be that they were super good. Only thing I will say is that the jalapenos I got weren't really like that spicy at all, so that was kind of a little bit of a bummer. But they were super, super good. Liked them a lot. Probably what I'm thinking about maybe doing in the future is just cooking the jalapenos and meat and bacon by itself, and then maybe putting the cream cheese on afterwards, because I feel like it would be really good if the cream cheese was cold too. But they were both really, I'm sure, like warm cream cheese was fine. I put on concealer today with like no foundation, and you can tell. Yikes. But yeah, no, they were super, super good. I definitely would make this again, probably just like tweak it a little bit. Definitely, like I saw Raw Beauty Christy, like she makes these, she put them in like a keto video, and I'm not saying that like I'm like dieting or like on keto. I've literally just been trying to like eat better, and these looked super good. They're probably not the most healthiest because I put a lot of cream cheese on them, but they were like around, I think 50 or 60 calories each, so I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I'm just kind of trying to eat better and not eat trash all the time. So yeah, no, super good. Liked them a lot. I definitely recommend making them. Oh, Star Wars backpack. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed another cooking video from me. I actually had a lot of fun making them. I forgot how much I enjoyed cooking, because sometimes you kind of fall out of it and you're like, oh yeah, like you actually start to get back into it and you're like, I actually like cooking a lot okay, sure, like I'll just start cooking more. And so that's been cool. So I think I'm gonna try, I don't know what I'm gonna make next. I thought I found a recipe for some like low carb or low calorie like dessert stuff, so I might try that next because I love stuff like that, especially if it's good. But yeah, if you, again, I'm glad you guys liked the first cooking video. Thanks for being so awesome and receptive to it. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. It'd be great to have you here. Again, my name's Renee. Thanks for watching. Bye.